Devaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namah. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamsha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitamscha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Rishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya eva cha पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे Hare Krishna, everyone. Welcome to the wonderful session of Srimad Bhagavatam, where we are reading about pastimes of Puranjana. Personally speaking, pastimes of Puranjana are something which is very complicated for a dull-headed person like me to understand. It has got so many layers, one allegorical pastime and another, and layers and layers and layers, and a lot of uh, layers. And frankly speaking, it sometimes feels like, what is it like? Is this something? Why Bhagavatam is talking so much in terms of not directly? It's talking in terms of uh, pointing to Prachin Bharisat. Actually, this is a conversation going on between King Prachin Bharisat and Prachin Bhari, not Prachin Bharisat, right? Prachin Bhari. Yeah, Prachin Bharisat and Narad Muni. And instead of pointing out directly to the king, Narad Muni is giving some examples, and some allegorical narrations is going on. So the question may be raised, why? Why so much stories and this and that? The answer is pretty simple. As as human beings, we all like to know about stories. We all want to know more about some interesting novels, something this that. Everybody is very much interested. If not novels, then movies. If not movies, then there is always like news or something or that. So Bhagavatam is giving an opportunity for conditioned souls to use that tendency in a different way. The tendency, the story form is can be used, and now we can use that and know from these stories that when we were young, we used to read a story, and in the end, it was the moral of the stories. So we may not be able to remember each and every small details that is being spoken in this wonderful pastime of King Puranjana. But if we at least even that we understand the moral of the story, then that would be the success. That would be the success of our whole the austerity of reading the story of Puranjan. So just giving a brief overview, we've been reading about Puranjan, And Puranjan, the meaning of Puranjan is the one who has this body, one who is living within this body. Now, when we are reading about this, it's always, always, always good to take it on ourselves. We should not think, oh, I'm not like that. I'm not killing animals. I'm not, I'm very faithful to my wife, this, that. We should not think all that. The whole point we have to think is, I am Prachinbari. I am Puranjana because I am living in this conditioned body too, right? So that's how we should take it. So, what we are reading here, we read a lot of examples of how, Puranjan goes, how he's living in a city, and then he goes hunting and his wife, and we read a lot. And this particular chapter, just a quick revision of this chapter, we are reading about how Puranjan becomes a woman in his next life. So we have seen that now Puranjan was old, and he was very much attached to his family and friends and this and that. And because he had killed so many animals, because he had killed innocent animals, he suffered a lot in his old age. And finally, he was thinking about his wife. And in thinking about his wife, he left his body. And we all know that famous verse of Bhagavad Gita that whatever one thinks about, uh, yam yam vapi smaran bhavat yajante ante kalevaram. So, whatever one thinks at the time of giving the body, that very consciousness that is deciding his next body. And sure enough, he was born as a woman in the next birth, and he was born to king of Vidarbha, and he was named as Vidarbhi, and was married to Malaya Dhwaja, was very nice king, strong, courageous, but at the same time, he was also very devoted. He was not just a normal king, just courage and all. He was very devoted king as well, and they begot together one daughter, seven sons, and they retired in timely manner. Very interesting. See, this is how we can learn from these pastimes. See that they retired, Vaidarvi and Malayadwaja, they retired timely, and they went to live in the forest, and they were performing bhakti. And Malay Dwaja attained perfection he was receiving the directions from the Supreme Personality of Godhead, from the Super Soul from within. And he kept doing all that. And ultimately, he achieved perfection. On the other hand, where Darby was serving him very, very nicely. And when he left his body, then Vaidarbi started crying. Now, in this example of Malaya Dwaja and Vaidarvi, Malaya Dwaja is figuratively the spiritual master, right? And Vaidarvi is the disciple. And here, with with this allegorical example, it's being taught what is the relation between how the disciple should serve the guru. And we have read multiple things. We have read about two kinds of association with guru, Vapu and Vani. And we have seen that Vapu is serving physically through taking care of their needs, doing their laundry, this that, bringing them prasadam, and these kind of things. And Vani means following the instructions of spiritual master. So when Malayadwaj left his body, then Weatherby was crying that, she was in separation, and she was crying. And here we have read that when she's crying, and she's about to enter the holy pyre of her husband to become Sati, then Avignata, the old friend of Puranjan, comes and just, starts conversing. And Avignata is none other than the super soul. And now we'll be reading today's verse. So this is just a little bit of summary. This is what we have read in the chapter so far. And now we are reading about the conversation that's happening between Vaidarbhi and this Avignata, who is none other than Super Soul. So let's try and understand. Let's read the verse and the translation and see what's happening, what conversations they are having. Anybody reading?
Yeah, Gopika Mataji.
Yes, Mataji. Ham
Yeah, you
sab aham cha tvam charya sakyo manasya sakyo manas sayono abhutam antara vauka saha sahasra parivatsaran. Thank you, Mataji.
Translation also, Gopika
Okay.
Mataji.
Yes, can you please move the screen, please?
Mataji translation.
My dear gentle friend, both you and I are exactly like the two swans. We live together in the same heart, which is like the Manasa Lake. Although we have been together for thousands of years, we are still far away from our original home.
Thank you very much.
Mataji, should we read the purport also?
Yes, Mataji, we can read. This is a small purport we can read and then we can discuss. Yeah.
Okay, Mataji. Yeah.
Thank you.
Hare Krishna Mataji, can I read the purport?
Yes, Mataji.
Hare Krishna. Purport by Srila Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. The original home of the living entity and the Supreme Personality of Godhead is the spiritual world. In the spiritual world, both the Lord and the living entities live together very peacefully. Since the living entity remains engaged in the service of the Lord, they both share a blissful life in the spiritual world. However, when the living entity wants to enjoy himself, he falls down into the material world. Even while he is in that position, the Lord remains with him as the super soul, his intimate friend. Because of his forgetfulness, the living entity does not know that the Supreme Lord is accompanying him as the super soul. In this way, the living entity remains conditioned in each and every millennium. Although the Lord follows him as a friend, the living entity, because of forgetful material existence, does not recognize him. Hare Krishna. Thank you, Mataji.
Thank you. So we are reading here how our material journey started. There is another philosophy going on which says we were all already here in the material world and then we'll go back, but that sort of defeats that philosophy. And here we can clearly read that originally we are all part and parcel of Krishna, and originally we were all living together with Krishna in the spiritual world. Now we have got wonderful descriptions of this spiritual world, how beautiful it is, and how that place is like none other. In Bhagavad Gita, also we have read that the place is 15.7. Mataji, can you share the screen about 15.7? So that's a beautiful place that where there is no need for sun or moon, and it's because of the Lord, wonderful glories of the Lord let's read. Not this one. Maybe 15 point. Next one, 15.9. Tadhama Paramam Mama. I'm forgetting.
Yadgatva nivartante.
Yes, that's the one. That's the one. No, Shrotavam. Can you scroll English?
That's 15.6.
15.6 Mataji.
Yeah.
Nata
Sorry.
bhasayate
Yeah,
suryaman
Prakash yes, that's the one. Yes.
nivartante tadhama paramam.
Yes. So in this beautiful verse of Bhagavad Gita, also we read about that how that beautiful abode of Lord Krishna is, he's advertising that this beautiful abode is, there is no need for sun, there's no need for moon, there's no need, and it's because of me that whole place is illuminating, and if you go there, you'll not come back here to this material world. And we have read in Brahma Samhita also, we have read that Chintamani prakara sadma shukalpa vriksha lakshavriteshu surbhirabhipalayantam Lakshmi sahasra sata sambhrama sevyamanam govindamadi purusham tam ham bhajami. So many places we are reading this beautiful description of this spiritual world where we originally were. And as we read in today's verse, in today's wonderful verse, that originally we were all living together with the Lord in the spiritual world. And then everything was going good, everything was well. Just there was one problem. Krishna is enjoying, Krishna is eating rasgulla, Krishna is enjoying nicely with gopis, Krishna is enjoying with all his friends, and Krishna is doing these wonderful activities, and Krishna actually does not mind major things done. For example, he does not mind Mother Yashoda chasing him with the stick, even punishing him with that rope. Krishna doesn't mind that. That is love. Sometimes in out of love, Madhu Mangal, he says some funny things to Krishna, like, "Oh, Krishna, you are such a wonderful person. You are such a big personality. You kill so many demons. Maybe you're a demigod, but so what? We are also demigods. We are equal to you." So Krishna does not mind even that. And sometimes they are having fun and they tease Krishna, they pull his dhoti, and sometimes Krishna even cries. We have read about all this in Krishna book also. Sometimes Krishna is winning, sometimes Krishna is losing. He does not mind all these things at all because it's coming from the place of love. But the only crime that is committed in the spiritual world is only one, that envy, that why should Krishna have all the fun? Why it's only Krishna who everybody is serving? Why all the gopis are only dancing with Krishna? Why all the rasgullas are only going in Krishna's mouth? Why I am not getting that attention? Why I don't have that same importance as Krishna? When that envy comes, that's the begin of our downfall. That's the reason why anybody who is here in this material world, that's the only mistake that we all have done. Only, and the only mistake that we are not supposed to do. That is the mistake that we have done. A desire to enjoy separately from Krishna, and envy that, why should Krishna have all the attention, all the enjoyment? Let me also enjoy. But the irony is, the spiritual world, Krishna is the supreme personality of Godhead, is it not? How many enjoyers, how many centers, how many, how do we put it? Who can be the supreme, the focus of attention? There can be only one, right? The spiritual world revolves around this one personality, Krishna. And when that desire came, what do you think Krishna said first? Okay, you want to go? Yeah, you're free to go. Is that what Krishna said? Or did Krishna say, "Oh, you want to go away from me? Jahannam mein jaloge, narak mein jaoge." Did Krishna say that? Krishna said, "You will go to hell because you are not with me." Neither of those two. First thing Krishna said is, "Do you really want to go? We have everything here. Why?" But then we said, "We want to go." Krishna is so kind. He told us not to, but we chose to come here, and he didn't forsake us. The very first position that we take in this material world is that of being Lord Brahma. It's not a small position. We are not condemned to live eternally in hell, right? The very first position we take is that of Lord Brahma. And if we have some sense, some intelligence, we will think this is too much. I have the best role in the entire cosmos, entire universe, but I'm still not happy. My best place is to be with Krishna. And those intelligent ones who learn from their experience go back to Godhead. But those who do not, they still have some desires. They want to try to enjoy in a little different way. I couldn't be happy being Brahma. Let me be something else. Let me be something else. Let me be Indra. Let me become Indra Gopa. So Indra Gopa is actually a small bug. Indra, we all know Indra is the king of heaven. We were not happy becoming Brahma, Indra, this, that. So many things we were not happy. But throughout all these roller coasters, we all know about roller coaster, right? There's a roller coaster, it goes up and then down and round and round and all craziness, all that happens, right? In all these roller coasters, in that we have been in all the species of life, right? That we have been in these roller coasters, right? Bhagavan, Krishna has never given up on us. What does it say in this verse? Mataji, can you please bring today's verse as well? Okay, we can turn this off and we can come back to today's verse. The translation, please. The translation, please. Can I see? Yeah, thank you. And he says, my dear gentle friend, both you and I are exactly like two swans, and we are living together in the same heart. Right? So Krishna is saying this wonderful, Krishna is as a Paramatma. Even though we take the body of the most hideous, the most ugliest, the most abominable creature, Krishna is always living with us as a jiva in the heart, right? He's always accompanying us. And this has been going on for thousands and thousands of years, where we are still away from our original home. And this is the great kindness, the great mercy that the Lord bestows upon us, right? That he's not leaving us, chhod do, like, okay. No matter how, in Gujarati, we have how, like, we have proverbs in Gujarati. There is a proverb which says child can become naughty, right? But the mother will never like choru ka choru thai, but ma kama na thai, which means the child may become naughty, child may become, like, a spot, spoiled spot and all, but mother would never become a bad mother. Similarly, Krishna is that supreme mother, that supreme father. No matter what we do, no matter how we do, he will never forsake us, and he is never forsaking us. And actually, it is mentioned here that he is saying here friend, right? There are friends. There are various kinds of friends, right? Prabhupada said that there are 4 kinds of friends. One is Mitra, right? Mitra means a social friend, like a social acquaintance, this, that we have, right? Bandhu. A bandhu is an official friend. Okay. And then there is Sakha, who is a little more closer. And then there is Suhrid. Okay. Now, we live in this Kali Yuga where we have another kind of friends, Facebook friends, Instagram friends, this, that. If we just minus all that and if we just focus on this part, Suhrid. Suhrid is the closest friend, the most, Suhrid is a friend who's your ever well-wisher, who never leaves you, who never forsakes you. That kind of friend is called Suhrid. And what does Krishna say in Bhagavad Gita 5.29? Bhuktaram yagyatapasam sarvaloka maheshwaram suhridam sarvabhutanam gyatva mam shantim richati. Suhrid means somebody who's very close, very dear, the most intimate friend. And that's what Krishna is to us. that he is so close, he's so intimate, that he's, no matter whatever we are doing, he's there. He's our well-wisher. And there are so many instances we all might have experienced that, Krishna, you might be thinking, you might have a plan to do this, and Krishna says, don't do this, do that. You hear a sound from inside, and Krishna, and you do it, and you know that it was not your intelligence, it's the Krishna from within telling you to do this, and you get great benefit out of it, right? Some people in the modern world, they do not know what that is, and they call it intuition, right? So it's not intuition, it's not a coincidence, it's Paramatma from within guiding us, right? Does anybody want to share if they have had some kind of example like that? That you were trying to do something and Krishna suggested something from within, and there was a complete different spiritual experience for
Lot
you.
many times,
Yes,
Mataji.
Mataji, many times
Since
it has
our
happened.
childhood also,
Yeah.
Mataji. Yes.
Wonderful. See, you all are having that experience. And not only to devotees. Okay, just because we are devotees or just we are in spiritual life, Krishna is Suhrid, and he is he's trying to guide us and trying to tell us no. If we there have been some examples. We all know that many years back there was this famous 9/11 attack where two planes, they were they were the World Trade Center in New York was a very famous iconic landmark, and two
Yes,
planes
Mataji.
just hit in there. And there are lots and lots of examples. People were having that experience that something is telling them that, all right, just do this, and they did complete opposite. There was this one person, he was in the building, and they were making announcement, please stay calm, stay where you are, do not panic, everything is under control. And this is after the planes had already struck. So the planes had already struck the building, and they were making announcement that stay where you are, don't move, it's safer inside. But he felt from within, no, this is not right. This is not right. And he took stairs and he left. And as soon as he left, he stepped out, the whole building collapsed right in front of his eyes. And there was another example. That person, he took a train, he was going to work, and something was telling me, I just don't want to go. I just don't want to go. Sure enough, he listened to that sound from within. He got off at a station and took a train back to home. And then he read that this has happened, and that's how he was saved. So all these people have miraculous escapes is none other than Paramatma giving them knowledge from within what to do. What to speak of humans? Let's talk about the animals, right? We have some birds like Prabhu, Anandvardhan Prabhu, he feeds the birds in the backyard. Within few minutes of putting that food, there'll be like 10, 20, 30 birds all attacking the prasadam at the same time. There's not a fixed time that we put, okay, every day 9 a.m. so that the birds would know, okay, we have to come here at this time. So how do they know? How do they know there is food here? Right? It's Paramatma from within guiding them. Go here, there's food for you there, right? There was one more example. Prabhupada was walking on a famous beach in US. If I'm not mistaken, it was Venice Beach. And as soon, on the beach, when you walk, as soon as you walk, there are small holes, and there are some crabs, they just go in, right? And Prabhupada was just talking to his disciples on a morning walk, and Prabhupada said, what is happening here? How do they know you are coming? Prabhupada said, it is the Paramatma from within guiding. So the point that I'm trying to make here is how kind, how merciful is the Lord that He's giving us, He's accompanying us like a best friend, seeing what we are doing, right? Seeing how we are trying to futilely enjoy, in a quotations, enjoy in this world. We have read about this in Bhagavad Gita also, right? That that there are two birds. It is from from some Upanishad. I'm not sure which Upanishad, but there are two birds sitting on a tree, and one bird is eating the fruits of the tree, and the other bird is observing. So this tree is our body, right? This tree is our body, and this bird enjoying the fruit is the karma phal that the soul is eating and enjoying, thinking that he is enjoying. And the other bird is waiting, when will this soul turn to me, when will my friend turn to me, and then we can live eternally happy all together, right?
Mataji,
Now
Hare
let's,
Krishna.
yes,
Mother, this intuition or whatever it is, we can call it instinct also. When
instinct,
something,
yes, instinct, okay, that can also be called
okay.
instinct. Yeah. Can we now go to the next? Can we go now to the next verse, please?
Hare Krishna, Kishori Mataji, please read
Mataji,
the.
can you scroll down? I'm just trying to see. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Please read this one.
Kishori Mataji, please read the shloka and the translation, Mataji. Hare Krishna. Sumangala Mataji.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Mataji. Dandat
Hare
pranams
Krishna,
to you, Mataji.
Dandavat pranams.
Sattvam vihaya mam bandho gato gramyamatirmahim vicharan padam adrakshi kayachin nirmitam striya. Hare Krishna. That translation also, Mataji?
Yes, please.
Yes, Mataji.
Translation. Thank you, Mataji. By His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada ki jai. My dear friend, you are now my very same friend. Since you left me, you have become more and more materialistic and not seeing me. You have been traveling in different forms throughout this material world, which was created by some woman. Hare Krishna. Thank you, Mataji.
All right. So now that we saw and we discussed so far how Krishna is accompanying us in so many different forms, he's there with us as Paramatma in all the species of life. And how does the living entity reciprocate? That is given here. The answer here is, you have become more and more materialistic and are not seeing me, right? Completely ignored. We are completely ignoring, right? So this is what we are doing. Here, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says in this verse that, like this the like the here the purport, it says, within this material world the conditioned soul accepts different apartments or different bodily forms and travels about them, right? And sometimes in higher planets, sometimes in the lower. But what happens? The last, can we read the last paragraph, please, Mataji? The last paragraph. Anybody can read the last paragraph?
Shobha Mataji, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Dandavat Pranam Mataji, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Should I start from actually? Actually,
Yeah.
it is Krishna who personally advises all living entities to return home back to Godhead. Sometimes Krishna sends his representative who, delivering Krishna's very message, convinces all living entities to return home back to Godhead. Unfortunately, the living entity is so greatly attached to material enjoyment that he does not take the instructions of Krishna or his representative very seriously. This material tendency is mentioned in this verse as Gramya Matihi, sense gratification. The word Mahim means within this material world. All living entities within this material world are sensually inclined. Consequently, they become entangled in different types of bodies and suffer the pangs of material existence. Haribol, thank you, Mataji. Dandavad, Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna. So this is the reciprocation that most of the living entities are giving to the Lord. Instead of being grateful, instead of being little intelligent, like it is mentioned in this verse, become bhagyavan. We are bhagyavan. Brahmand brahmite kono bhagyavan jeev. Bhagyavan means somebody who is very, very fortunate, right? Instead of becoming bhagyavan, most of the world is running after sense gratification, running after this sense gratification, little bit of this, little bit of that. Even after coming to the path, we have one leg in our so-called material things and the other leg in spiritual things, and like trying to balance like up and down uh in this material world. And this is what is happening, right? Let's go to the next verse. Next few verse, we'll just read the translation.
Anita Mataji, please read the translation.
Translation by Srila Prabhupada, Jai Srila Prabhupada. In the city, the material body, there are 5 gardens, 9 gates, 1 protector, 3 apartments, 6 families, 5 stores, 5 material elements, and 1 woman who is the lord of the house.
Yeah, next one, please. Because they are connected, we'll take them together.
Shanti Mataji, please read the translation.
Translation by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. My dear friend, the 5 gardens are the 5 objects of sense enjoyment, and the protector is the life air, which passes through the 9 gates. The 3 apartments are the chief ingredients: fire, water, and earth. The 6 families are the aggregate total of the mind and 5 senses. Thank you, Mataji.
And the next one, please.
Kishori Mataji, please read the translation.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandavat Pranam. Translation by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. The 5 stores are the 5 working sensory organs. They transact their business through the combined forces of the 5 elements, which are eternal. Behind all these activity is the soul. The soul is a person and an enjoyer in reality. However, because he is now hidden within the city of the body, he is devoid of knowledge. Hare Krishna Mataji, thank you.
Thank you. So we read that there are another description is coming out, and we are reading about how there are 5 gardens, which are the 5 senses, that is uh, sense, taste, smell, touch, and sound. These are called the knowledge acquiring senses, and there are 9 gates, right? There are 9 openings: 2 eyes, 2 nostrils, 1 mouth, 2 ears, 1 anus, and 1 genitals. Then the one protector is the life air, which is just making sure everything is working nicely. It's protecting the body. And then in that there are 3 apartments: earth, water, fire, because generally we see that body is made up of this earth, water, fire, right? And there are 6 families where there are 5 knowledge acquiring senses and 1 mind is there, right? And 5 stores, which are 5 action senses. And then we have 1 woman living in that, and that is called intelligence. And who is the lord of the house? It's the jiva, right? So this is basically describing this material body, and it is said that, this is how the body is. And the description given here is, Mataji, can you go to the 58th verse, please, the last one? Yeah, and the translation, yeah. And this is what it is said, that the body is basically made up of 5 elements: earth, wind, water, fire, and ether. And we all know that, anybody, if you have a little bit of medical background, we all know that this outer, what we see, this is called skin. And I was once listening to His Holiness Radha Govind Maharaj, and I come from a medical background, but I never saw or never imagined the whole bodily concept in the way he was explaining. Let me try and paraphrase it later. It's very interesting. He said, this all this deceiving is happening in this material world is because of the skin, right? There are lots of handsome men, beautiful women, Aishwarya Rai and this and that, and people are so mad, people are so attracted. Even basic level of attraction is the looks, right? The skin. And Radha Govind Maharaj says that if somebody peels off the skin, right? If peels the skin, layers of skin are not there, all you see inside is the red muscles and that fat and this and that. It's only the skin that is so deceiving. It's that is causing all this attraction and this and that. But inside, it's all like Prabhupada says, mucus, stool, and urine and everything. So it may be the most beautiful men or most beautiful women in the universe, but if that skin is taken off, everybody underneath is the same. For that matter, animals, if their skin is taken off inside, everybody is the same. And that is what is we are supposed to learn from this, right? Even like it's interesting because uh, when um, when they are training to have that medical students, there is a cadaver, the dead body there, and they learn on that, and many people faint seeing that. They're going to be doctors, but see, that's the whole point, that it's just that attraction of the skin is so much that one constantly attracted to this women, this sensual enjoyment, that sensual enjoyment, running after this women, that women. There is a famous example. There is this famous American actress, I forgot her name, but she married 7 times. She married 7 times, and interestingly, her third or fourth husband was the first husband. So she's trying so much to be happy in this material world, right? I'm not happy with one husband, let me go for another one, third one. Oh, I tried all these three, but maybe the first one was better. Again, marrying the same person. I mean,
Mataji,
that
was it Elizabeth Taylor?
Elizabeth Hurley, something like that. Yeah,
Hurley,
Elizabeth
okay.
something. Yeah. Right? So the whole point is it just keeps going on and on and on, right? Prabhupada has given this example of liquid beauty, right? There was this one very, very, very beautiful girl, and she was very, very spiritual and very nice, and she understood these concepts of body and all these kind of things, right? And there was one gentleman who approached her and said, I like you, you're very beautiful, and I would like to get married to you. And the girl thought for a moment and she said, all right, let's meet after 7 days. Let's meet after 7 days. And he's like, okay. And after 7 days, sure enough, they met. And in the meantime, this girl, she started taking emetics and laxatives. So emetics is something with which you induce vomiting, right? So as she started taking some medications, she was having vomiting, and she started taking laxative when she was passing a lot of stool. And it may sound gross, but it is something we need to understand. So I'm gonna say it anyways because Prabhupada has also said this. And she was collecting all her vomit and all her stool in some container. She was just collecting everything in that. And she did that for 7 days, right? And she collected everything. And she then met this gentleman again after 7 days at the assigned place. And that person is looking, like like that, like, and he came and asked, oh, I was supposed to meet a beautiful girl here, have you seen her? Because in our experience we all know that when you're losing so much water from your body through vomit and stool, you sort of become like that, your beauty, your radiance naturally goes. So she had lost all her beauty, all her radiance, and she became very, very unidentifiable to that man. And she's like, I'm the girl you called me. And he's like, no, she was very beautiful, you can't be the same person. And then she said, no, I'm the girl, but I have stored my beauty in some other place. Would you like to see it? It's like, yeah, have you stored your beauty somewhere? Let me see. And she brought that pot where she was holding all the stool urine. And the man was disgusted. What is this? And then the lady preached to him that actually you're running after beauty of this flesh. And the gentleman, sure enough, understood the concept of liquid beauty. So the point that we are ever again and again and again trying to hear from Bhagavatam, trying to hear from so many different scriptures, so many different sources, the same point is coming again and again, that let us not become attracted to this material world, to the pleasures of this material world. And let us not waste our life, you know. Otherwise, like Puranjan, Antakale Mameva, we think of men, we think of women, we think of dogs, and sure enough, we're going to get that kind of body. And that is for sure. That's the law, right? And it's not a magic that in the end you decide, I'm going to think about Krishna and I will become Krishna conscious. It doesn't happen. Unfortunately, not many people get honorary degrees. You know what honorary degree is? Like, for example, there are some famous universities, they have given Sachin Tendulkar and some other people, they have given like famous people honorary degree, which means because of the extraordinary achievement in their field, they were given some special degrees. Now Sachin Tendulkar can be called as Dr. Sachin Tendulkar. He did not study, but he's given that as an appreciation for his contributions in his life, in throughout his life in the field of cricket. Similarly, not everybody is fortunate enough to get that mercy. I always give this example that there was this devotee. He was in hospital next to a lady, and he was, he was just trying to be nice. And that old lady, he was trying to preach, Amma, please, take up Krishna consciousness. Your life is very limited, this, that. And she's like, huh? Huh? I can't hear. She's always trying, showing her ear. And the devotee preached for almost 2 hours, and she could not hear anything, right? But as soon as her daughter-in-law came, she started speaking. Okay, this is the key. I have put all the property here. This is the gold. This is there. This is this. This is my locker. She started speaking everything like that. And sure enough, she left her body in that consciousness. Right? We recently have an example. My grandmother, my father's mother, she left the body just few days back, not long ago, maybe less than 15 days ago. And what happened to her was they had already told her that your heart is failing, that your lungs are failing, kidneys failing, everything was failing. But when she was talking with me, she was talking of something like when she was young and this and that, which was completely not relevant. And I said, yes, can you please chant Hare Krishna? So she did not like it. She also was very hard at hearing. She was not very much liking, but as duty, my parents and we put the Prabhupada's Hare Krishna Mahamantra. And just after hearing the chapter 4 of Bhagavad Gita, she left her body. So we are hoping she might have gone to a spiritual place. That's the hope. So with this, I like to end today's session with uh, with a positive note that Krishna is waiting. We have all seen how Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is, right? With his hands raised up, he's like, yes, come, this is spiritual world. Come, everybody come. Just don't worry about anything. Just come. He's coming with his hands raised, arms open, and he's inviting us, Krishna in the form of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He's waiting for us in our spiritual home. So let's not give half and half. They have a concept called half and half. Half and half means half milk, half water. So let's not do that half and half in our spiritual life. Give a full-hearted effort. Give a full, let's try our best. We may not be the best, but let's try our best and do our best to go back to Krishna, back to Godhead, and make our life success. Right? Now, I end here. Any questions, any comments? Please welcome.
Yes, Mataji, can I ask you?
Sure.
Hare Krishna, Mataji. Very wonderful class, Mataji. About the 4 friends, I missed on the 3rd and the 4th friend, Mataji. Can we just pronounce it? One is
Sorry.
Mitra, second one is Bandhu, the 4 friends. Mitra is
For
social
four friends
friends.
is Mitra, Bandhu, uh, what is
Sukhara.
that? Suhrid
Sakha.
is the
Sakha.
closest one. Sakha and Suhrid.
Sakha and Sukrit.
Yeah.
So who is Sakha, mother? Just a friend, huh?
Sakha is little closer. Social means you keep them at some distance, right? But
Okay.
Mitra, this Sakha means little close. They know a little bit about you. But
Yeah.
the only ever well wisher is Suhrid, the one who always wishes best for you, no matter what. Sometimes happens between friends that they fight because one person is speaking something and they don't like it, but um they still will speak because that's the ultimate good for their friend. So those
Yes.
kind of friends are Suhrid. That's Parma. That's Krishna is the most Suhrid friend.
Okay. Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So Mangala Mataji and then Shobita Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Mataji. Mataji, Hare Krishna. Wonderful
Hare Krishna.
class, Mataji. Thank you so much. Mataji, it has been said in many classes like everything can be dovetailed in the service of Krishna except envy. Mataji, to be honest, Mataji, I'm going through that envy, spiritual envy is there for me. So whenever we see other devotees, but we feel good for them, but at the same time, we feel like we too want to, experience that. So how to understand this, Mataji? How to get rid of this, Mataji?
I can give you an example of my spiritual master, what he said. Okay. My spiritual master's name is His Grace Shriman Sankarshan Das Adhikari, and he also was encountering this envy. We all know Shrutakirti Prabhu. Shrutakirti Prabhu was Prabhupada's personal servant, right? So Gurudev was feeling a little bit envy from Shrutakirti Prabhu, right? And Shrutakirti Prabhu is always with Prabhupada and he's always in association, always gets to be with Prabhupada, 24/7 with Prabhupada, and he was envious. And one time, my spiritual master, there is Prabhupada in the center, Shrutakirti Prabhu on his Prabhupada's right, and Gurudev on Prabhupada's left, right? So he was like that. And Prabhupada and Gurudev was sitting there, and he looked at Shrutakirti Prabhu with that little envy in his mind that like he's so close to Prabhupada. And Shrutakirti Prabhu gave the most amazing smile. And you know what that Gurudev realized with that? Gurudev realized that Prabhupada is the epitome of Krishna consciousness, and that his all spiritual qualities are reflected from Shrutakirti Prabhu to Gurudev. So the point I'm trying to make here is spiritual envy is good as long as you feel I also want to become like them. But if it comes to a point where you feel, why them? Right? I am better than them. Why it can't be me? If that's the mentality, that envy is bad. But if you see, oh, this Mataji is distributing so many books, I'm envious. Why I can't do? That envy, then you use it and channelize and dovetail to distribute more books, maybe learn from her. That envy is good. Am I making sense, Mataji?
Yes, Mataji. Thank you so much. Yes,
No
Mataji.
problem.
By Lord's grace, that
Yeah.
kind of envy is there, Mataji.
Yeah, that
Competitive, being competitive.
that competition is there in spiritual world too, right? All the gopis are there, they want to serve Krishna, and there is some competition between one group and the other group, and they always want to serve better. That is always there.
Thank you
And
so much.
there are some very advanced elevated devotees, sometimes like Shrutakirti Prabhu. He could understand Krishna from within guided him, and he could understand that how Gurudev is feeling, and that smile changed the whole thing for Gurudev. And there are devotees who see, and they are seeing that yes, you are also aspiring to be like me. They also lift you up, like Radharani, right? You know what? Why we pray to Radharani? We pray to Radharani that please tell about your Krishna to me and about me to your Krishna, right? That's what we pray. You know what Radharani says to Krishna? Please have a look. This dear Krishna, this devotee is better than me. So in the advanced stage, what happens is those spiritually advanced devotees will also lift us to their level. They will also put in good word of recommendation for us. Right?
Very nice, Mataji. Thank you so much, Mataji. Hare Krishna. I seek your blessings also. Hare Krishna.
Oh, Prabhupada's blessings. We all have Prabhupada's blessings.
Just like how you receive Mataji, just the story how you narrated, I just take it from you,
Yeah,
Hare.
it's all mercies of Prabhupada and all the
Thank you
devotees
so
of
much,
Guru.
Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Shobita Mataji.
Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna, Mataji. Dandavat pranams. Mataji, one realization, like you said, that we are all the skin is the deceiving part. All the
Yes.
deceiving is because of the skin. But Mataji, the realization is that however much we tell this about this to the people, that the non-practicing devotees, or but they are not ready to listen, Mataji. They are happy in this, and they say we are happy now, right now. So what's the big deal? You are giving up so much. You are sacrificing so many things. You're not going to malls, movies. You're not eating this, that, not going out, and I am happy. So let it be whatever it is. You meet Krishna. We are happy here. So that realization is there, one Mataji. And my question is, Mataji, like Bhagavatam is saying that we were originally in the spiritual world with Krishna. But the people who are there in the spiritual world are called Nitya Siddha. So we were also Nitya Siddhas. Then how, Mataji? And we also listen to many times that once we go there, we will never come back here, or we won't fall down. So there I'm confused, Mataji. How could it be that we fall down from there, and then again, what's the guarantee of our mind that it will not make us again fall down?
Okay, very good. So in that case, let us understand this question about uh first your question is about Nitya Siddha. Actually, in the spiritual world, there are Nitya Siddha and Nitya and Sadhana Siddha also, right? So there are both. Can you hear me? Am I audible?
Yeah, Mataji.
Yeah,
But
because
Mataji, this part I didn't never knew, Mataji. I never heard
yeah,
that there are sadhana siddha also.
Sadhana Siddha is also in the spiritual world. Those like all the devotees who have finished the spiritual journey here, they go back there, right? In the spiritual world only, no? Yeah. So
Yeah.
that they are there as well. So they are Nitya Siddha. There is a group that never falls down. The gopis, Yashoda Mata, Vasudev, they never fall down. The Madhumangal, those friends, that group never falls down. And there are others who are not so close contact with Krishna, and then who have this little some envy, and that's when they fall down. But we have to understand one thing, that once burnt, twice shy. What does that mean? Let's say there is a fire. The child is trying to explore, right? That, oh, this is a fire. It looks very bright, yellow. Let me just put my hand. Let me experience that. The child puts hand and burns. And then the child knows no matter what, I don't have to put my hand in there. Yes, there's always a possibility when we go back, we'll fall down again. But this experience of being in the spiritual world, that burning of the fire is still there in the memory. Because after all, we are Satchidananda, right? We know, will always remember that yes, we were in the material world. We'll remember that. And that is why we will not fall down.
Okay.
Am I
Okay.
making sense, Mataji?
Yeah, absolutely, Mataji. Thank you so much, Mataji, for the clarification.
No
Then with
problem.
pranams, Mataji. Thank you.
Hare Krishna. Mataji, I have a question. Can I ask?
Sure,
Yeah.
please.
So, Mataji, as in lines with what Shobita Mataji asked and you answered, so we always get to hear that there is one-fourth is the material world and three-fourth is the spiritual world. So, do we
Yeah.
understand that three-fourth Jivatmas are like gopis and Gopbalas and all those, and only one-fourth are like us? Because I always wonder that how are we so fallen down than the others who are already there? So today I got clarity that the others who are there, the three-fourth portion, are all the Gopas and the associates of Lord Krishna. Is my
And it
understanding
can
correct?
it can also be like, because after we go from here, we'll also join that three-fourth, right? So that 3/4 is actually all the that's all the spiritual aspect. So 3/4 is, but there are unlimited gopis, there are unlimited gopas, there are unlimited. There is no number. This 3/4 is there for just our understanding. But the idea that acharyas are trying to give us is that this is not that greater of a number. We may feel that the population is great, everything is good, but it's not of a greater number. That's the point we are trying to say. Whoever is going back to material world, they can be tree, this, that, river, stone, flute, whatever. They can be anything
In the spiritual world, Mataji?
in the spiritual world.
Okay,
Yes.
okay, got it. Yeah. Because I
Yes.
was always wondering that if we both, I mean, not exactly as you mentioned, but yeah, more number are there and lesser are here. So I was always wondering that how come we are lesser, and out of that also it is only me who had to fall down, that why couldn't I be one of those? But I understand what kind of
It's
love
a
that we
mistake.
need.
It's they say curiosity kills the cat. So we have made a mistake out of curiosity. But like we have already discussed, Lord is so kind. He sent us Guru. He sent us Prabhupada. He's given us ISKCON, right? So yeah. So in that sense, we have everything. And if we just continue taking all become Bhagyavan, like Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says here, Brahmand Brahmite Kono Bhagyavan Jeev. If you become Bhagyavan, then will okay, my battery is running low, but have I answered all the questions? It's
Yes,
just
yes, Mataji, beautifully answered and wonderful,
otherwise I'll
wonderful
connect to
class,
my
Mataji,
phone.
Pranam.
I can connect to my phone. Let me just quickly do that. It says 10% still
Yes,
remain.
Mataji.
I'll quickly connect to my phone as
Yeah,
well.
though we don't have more questions. Nandini Mataji, you want to ask a
Hare
question,
Krishna.
Mataji?
Mataji, in relation, I just wanted to know, Mataji, Hare Krishna.
Mataji, can you give me 2 minutes while I connect
Yes,
on my
Mataji.
phone? Because this
Hare
can go
Krishna.
on us anytime.
Yes, Mataji, Hare Krishna.
Meanwhile, I can hear your question if
Yes,
that's
Mataji. Mataji, what Shilpa Mataji said, in relation to that, Mataji, we have not even perfected. I mean, I'm talking about myself. I am not even perfected in this life, even after getting so much. So no guarantee that I will make it in this life only. So what will be the fate of us, Mataji, like devotees like us, like who have not done? I mean, we are doing 16 rounds for regulative principles. That's all, Mataji. But we know that I've not perfected myself so much. So how can I make it in this life? If not, where will I be, Mataji? Hare Krishna.
it's always good to feel that you are not perfect. That is a thrive to do more. But if we just say, oh, I'm not perfect, maybe next life, we never know, right?
No,
Bharat
Mataji.
Maharaj, Bharat Maharaj was in so advanced stage, almost reached the love of Godhead, right? But then he got the body of a deer. Now, if we think of that we are not even stage of bhava, which is one of the highest stage to achieve, then we may get like a favorable situation in next life, right? We may get like in Bhagavad Gita, it is said, Shrutinam Srimatam Gehe, that we may take birth in a wealthy family. Why wealthy family? Normally, we see that sometimes some devotees may be very, very, very sincere, but then they have to spend so much time making their life, earning job and difficult wife and this and children and everything. They have to work so hard to make two ends meet. But if you have money, you don't have to worry about that. You can focus so much time on Krishna. So that one option given is that if there are two criterias actually. Let's understand in detail. Let's say you have done nice devotional service for a short period of time, then you go to the higher planets, you enjoy, and then you come back to earth again, and whatever is Krishna consciousness is remaining, you take it from there. But let's say you have done it for a long time, then you take birth in a Srimant, that is wealthy, or family of a devotees. And then in this one, Prabhupada also gives his own example in Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Maharaj's example. That Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Maharaj, he was born when the Rath, Bhakti Vinod Thakur was praying for a ray of Vishnu. And you know what happened? The Rath, they were in Jagannath Puri, and Lord Jagannath's Rath came and stopped right at their house. and then the garland fell, and then that went straight to the neck of Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati. And of course, we know that our dear Prabhupada, that he was born in a family where Gaur Mohan Dev was constantly giving him Krishna consciousness and all these kind of things. So this is our fate. Whatever we have done will not go to waste. But we can't absolutely guarantee that the next life we will start from where we left. In the sense, if your desires were something a little bit, you might have to take a little detour. You know what a detour is? Let's say the road you are going straight is, they are doing something on the road. So they put detour, which means you go little this, little like this, little like this, and come back on the same road. That is called detour. So if we do not finish, then there'll be little detour, go here, go there, and then you will again come back on the same path. But
Why does
let
that
us,
happen? Hare Krishna.
sorry,
Sorry, Mata.
yeah. So what I was
Why does
saying
that
was,
happen, Mata? Okay,
when
sorry,
we when
Mataji.
we are not, no, no, all good, all good. So when we are not sincere, one thing that we always have to understand is sincerity. We may not what how do we say, we may not have done 100%, but if we are sincerely trying our best, sincerely trying, endeavoring, trying to focus, then Krishna is, he'll give that honorary degree, that I was talking about, Sachin Tendulkar. He will send some devotees where you are leaving body in presence of chanting of devotees. He'll send someone to remind you of devotees. He will always do that. He says, Yoga Kshemam Vahamyaham. I carry what I give you what you lack, and protect what you have. So that we
Yes,
always
Mataji.
have to remember. Just if we are sincere, if we have this one quality of sincerity, chanting our 16 rounds, eating prasadam, and doing everything, Krishna will take care of it. Krishna will know that yes, you have been sincere, you have been honest, you've been truthful. That's all. Then Krishna will take care of the rest.
At any cost, we should never try to settle here, no, Mataji? Like, we should have
Exactly,
extreme greed.
exactly. The example I gave of my grandmother, right? Now, she was in such a critical state. My parents had just casually taken her to the hospital. She was not suffering, she was walking, talking, everything was fine, right? But they just took her to the hospital just because, oh, it's been, she was living with my uncle, and it had been some time since they had seen the cardiologist or whatever, whatever. But then when they found she's sick immediately in the hospital. Before she left body, she knew that she's going to leave anytime. But let's say my parents had not taken her to the doctor, she might have fallen and died somehow. But at least Bhagavad Gita was being recited, at least Hare Krishna mantra was playing, and we can at least hope that she might have heard something, right?
Yes,
So
Mataji.
this is the kind of hope that I'm saying. For devotees, there is even greater hope.
Yes,
For
Mataji.
devotees, Krishna will send devotees somehow or the other. You can, if you get some time, there is one more inspiring story I'm just trying to find. Let me. Priyanka. Yeah, found her name. There's one more inspiring story. If you just Google Ananda Vrindavani Mataji Mayapur, it will take you to, or maybe I can send it to Narayani Mataji and she can send it to you in the group. There is this article about a Mataji. I will not break the suspense, but she was very, very devoted, living in Mayapur, and how what she was going through, what she experienced, and how she realized so many things from that experience. It's worth reading. I'll send it to Narayani Mataji, and then
Kindly share it,
Mataji will
Mataji.
forward to all.
Sure, Mataji. Hare Krishna. Do we
Hare Krishna.
get the story in Google, Mataji? If we Google it?
You will, it is on this one, dandwat.com. If you just
Okay.
write Anand Vrindavani Mataji, and it will take you to a Dandwat article.
Thank you so much, Mataji. I'll share. I'll see it,
Yeah.
Mataji. Hare Krishna. Thank you so much,
Hare
Mataji,
Krishna.
for the wonderful
I've
class. And
forwarded it to Mataji as well, so she can
sure,
share it to
Mataji.
everybody in the group
Thank
as
you
well.
so much, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
No
Hare
problem.
Krishna.
Hare
Mataji,
Krishna.
wonderful class. But Mataji, each time I at least have one question about for myself that at least next life, human life, will I get to continue wherever little bit 10% that I have, whatever that I'm doing. My always fear is that I should at least get a human life because getting out of birth and death cycle, I am too far off. But at least if I get a human life, I'll be again able to, whenever he gives me that sense to connect to him.
So the answer to that is, just excuse me for a bit. The answer to that is that when devotees who are second initiated, Brahmin initiated devotees, they pray. There is a special. They pray for giving for offenses, and the last prayer is pratigna tava govinda name bhakta pranashyati iti shramshitya prandan samdharamya aham. The meaning of that is, oh my dear Lord Govinda, I'm just here. Anand Vardhan Prabhu is here. I'm just confirming. What's the translation?
Pratigna tava govinda
Name
name
bhakta
bhakta
pranashyati
pranashyati
pranam sandaramyam. Oh Govinda, your promises, your devotee will never perish. By remembering this again and again, I can retain my life heirs. So this prayer should give us hope. Human body, animal body, this body, my dear Lord, let me not forget you. If we have that prayer, Krishna will take care of the rest.
Mataji, can you please put it in the group, that prayer, so that
Okay,
we can?
sure, Mataji. Yeah,
So thank you,
yeah.
Mataji.
No
Hare
problem. No
Krishna.
problem.
Thank you, Mataji.
Hare
You have
Krishna.
answers and perfect answers for all our questions. I'm so, so grateful to you, Mataji, for your association and a
It's all
wonderful
mercy of
class,
Guru.
Mataji, with such a
Guru
lot
and
of
Krishna
clarity,
mercy.
Mataji.
Guru Kripa, Guru mercy is there, Mataji.
Krishna, Mataji.
Mataji,
We
so
all
you have
need
to,
your mercy, Mataji.
so Mataji, you have to send two things in the group. One
Yes,
is
I will
one is
send.
that.
Yes, one I sent already. Other I will find and I will send you. Sorry.
Yeah, this verse, Mataji. Thank you so much, Mataji.
No problem.
Hare Krishna, Dandavat Pranam, Mataji.
Dandavat Pranam, Mataji.
Hare
Can we
Krishna.
end the class, Mataji?
Hare
With your
Krishna,
Hare
permission.
Dandavat Pranam.
Thank you.
Hare
Yes, yes, Mataji. Thank you.
Hare Krishna.
Hare
Vancha
Bless us, Mataji, for our
kalpitarubyascha
progress.
sindhubhyaivacha patitanam
Guru
pavaneभ्यो
Vaishnava, everyone,
Namo Namo Namah. Ananta Koti Vaishnav Vrinda ki Jai. Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Srimad Bhagavatam ki Jai.
Jai.
Dandavat Pranam, Mataji. I'll end the class,
Thank
Mataji.
you so much, Mataji.
Hare.
I'll end the
Hare
class,
Krishna,
Mataji.
Mataji.
Thank you,
Hare
Mataji.
Krishna,
Krishna.
Mataji.
Hare
Please
Krishna to all
pray for us,
devotees.
Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna to all devotees.
Hare Krishna, Mataji.